Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Robert Cuillard is here. He's GM and CEO of the Reno Experience District. Here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers. Big R in Sparks is located on Bering Boulevard next to Smith's and across from Reed High School. It's a 50,000 square foot hardware store and a whole lot more. It's huge with clothing, power equipment, tools, and of course, hardware. Big R is located on Bering Boulevard in Sparks, next to Smith's and opposite Reed High School. Big R, hardware, and a whole lot more.
The Do It Right guys at Nevada Heating have one mission. Your furnace breaks down today, we fix it today. Why freeze for days while your furnace is down when Nevada Heating can get the job done today and you can get warm again? For nearly 50 years, locally owned Nevada Heating has been getting the job done right. Call today at 323-5585 and we'll fix it today. That's 323-5585 or online at nevadaheating.com.
Carson Valley Inn, it's your place for the good times. Carson Valley Inn.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
It's the 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Plus, win your share of $50,000 in cash. The 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways plus $50,000 in cash at Tamarack Casino. Now through February 25th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
Nevada Newsmakers Studio is located at the headquarters of the Nevada Trucking Association. Motion and purpose are a truck's greatest virtue.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are pleased to welcome to the program for the first time, and it is a pleasure, Robert Cuillard. He is the General Manager and CEO of the Reno Experience District. You also have responsibilities at Ranchera. Let's start out, especially for our friends in Southern Nevada who are watching and listening, explain these two developments.
Yeah,
briefly.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Both properties were purchased in 2016. Reno Experience District, which used to be called Park Lane Mall, we had planned to put a multi-use development there. Ranchera also purchased in 2016. We purchased it from Bill Harrah's estate, and then we purchased 141 acres. We turned the house into a private club, and then we developed the land right around it with about 400 homes.
Okay, and how much acreage is in the former Park Lane Mall?
About 50 acres.
So those are both huge properties.
Yeah, they're good size. The Parkland or the Reno Experience District right now, we've developed about 28 acres. And we've got about 22 acres left for future development.
Well, to give comparison, City Center in Las Vegas sits on about 65 acres.
Exactly.
So you can do an awful lot with that amount of land. Explain, we'll start with the Reno Experience District, all the different buildings you have on there so far.
So far we've got three different types or products of apartments. We've got a base camp, which is our entry-level apartment. Apartments start at about $1,300 there. Then we've got a premium, which is Emory. Apartments start at about $1,600 there. And then we've got our Atwood, which is our luxury, which is coming online this spring. And apartments start at about $2,000 there. Those are the three products in apartments. We also have two hotels. We've got a regular hotel, which is a 170-key Marriott, which is an Element. And then we've got a Flex Stay Hotel, which is by Archive, and it's managed by Casa. And that's Flex Stay just means that you stay there a minimum of 5 days. It's more for corporate travel.
Okay, and we've seen these business hotels, especially the ones that have points, are just going through the roof as far as business goes, because Reno is just booming.
Yeah.
And most of the major properties, the casino properties, are not linked to any programs like that.
Correct. And Both of those, we have another one that is going to be coming online. We haven't announced it yet. We will be bringing.
Oh, by the way, you could. Nobody watches this show. You could announce it right here, and nobody would know.
We are in talks right now with another hotel on this property. But to your point, we've seen tremendous growth just from the Marriott or the Element Hotel that we have right now, and the Casa, which is that flex stay hotel, has really taken off since we've opened it this fall. And so we think that there is another market for another hotel in there.
You also have a movie theater complex there that's Cinemark that's been there for years, and my understanding is that that's going to be upgraded to the latest technology.
Yeah, great, and they have a complete facelift going on. We just finalized the plans for that last week, so you'll see that coming this summer. And really, it's really to fit in with the rest of the look around the Reno Experience District.
Okay, and inside you've got a park.
We do.
So what's
We've got two public parks, actually. We've got one public park right now that's got a 21-foot screen. We just did the Super Bowl viewing party on it. And then we've got another one called the Outpost, which will also be a public park, but it'll be a little bit more different version of it with shops and whatnot on that section.
Okay, so retail is coming.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So we've got about 22 retail spaces in Reno Experience District right now. We've got 2 of them that are currently under construction, and another 2 that are in the final phase of the negotiations of the contract. And then we've got a number of other retailers that we're in talks with about the other remaining lots there.
Okay, and across the street is the former Shoppers Square,
yeah,
which has survived through everything. I mean, because that area has gone up and gone down over the years. And you know, they've got a Sprouts in there.
Yeah.
They've got this public market in there, and I think the synergy between these 2 products is phenomenal.
Yeah, and we couldn't be happier for them. Obviously, with the Reno Public Market going in there, we couldn't be more happy to have them as neighbors and as partners, really, to extend that Midtown down a little bit further, and even maybe downtown. And so we couldn't be happier. We think there's some great synergies that are going to happen there between both properties. And because the location-wise, just being across the street from each other, we think that there's some stability and some codependency that can really help both of those districts thrive.
No, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Any talk of maybe a pedestrian bridge or something going across Plum Lane?
Not yet. That's something we have discussed mainly because of the parking situation. It's right there on Plum, but we haven't discussed it yet. Outside of internal discussions about trying to help link those 2 properties, but nothing yet.
It's interesting, again, for those in Southern Nevada that are not familiar, so Plum Lane actually runs from the airport back towards town to the west, and for a long time it had gotten run down, and especially what is now the Reno Experience District had laid fallow for years.
Yeah.
And it was just a big empty parking lot. And so this has really revitalized this whole area because there's car dealerships now, brand new car dealerships, new hotels right by the airport, and then all the way up to your property. So this is a very exciting time.
Yeah, and you know, because of our location, we're about 2.3 miles from the airport. We're in talks with them also about, you know, really from that whole area from Plum all the way down to the airport, and how do we, you know, enhance that a little bit more. We're actually looking at some partnerships with the airport about parking and shuttle service from Reno Experience District to get all of our residents, obviously, over to the airport. We're really happy with the way that, you know, the revitalization has really occurred there. We're going to continue to develop it and evolve as much as we can, with obviously honoring the past of what Reno has always been, but looking to the future. And there's a lot really going that's coming with obviously the new Tesla factory.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, for somebody who's lived here a long time, it's just stunning that what everybody dreamed about for Reno has really occurred, and this phase really started with Jeff Griffin 30 plus years ago and continued on with Mayor Bob Cashel and now Mayor Hillary Sheevey. And it's just been nothing short of remarkable. They said back in the day that it would take 30 years for redevelopment to occur just for the downtown area. But boy, Tesla has just made it perfect.
Yeah. With the you know, Trick going on out there, that's really brought a whole different feel to Reno. And I think it's not just that it's bringing in a number of people from the outside, but it's really revitalized the town of Reno itself. And you know, you can go and see some of these obviously classic restaurants or locations here, but really seeing everything grow and evolve into a city, bigger city, has really been exciting. And we're excited to be a part of it.
All right, so let me ask you the obvious question here, which is with the increase in interest rates and discussion of a recession, whether that ever actually occurs or not, because it's every day that goes by, it seems less likely that's going to happen. But how has that affected your potential sales and leases?
Yeah, it has. So currently we saw, we heard last week at the EDON kind of State of the Economy that rents are up in Reno and occupancy is down. We now know there's about 6,400 units coming online of apartments this year.
Which is good.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
We need 10,000 a year for 5 years.
That's exactly right. We need about 10,000 a year. We're trying to fill that gap, and certainly with our 3 different products, we feel that we're well positioned to do that. We have our first product that we opened, Emory, which is about 92% full. Then we opened Basecamp, which is about 60% full, and Atwood now is going to be coming online this spring. We feel we're really well positioned to capture and really fill that market piece of home ownership in this market. We see a lot of people that are coming in that are staying temporarily before they get into a new house, whether they're relocating from out of state, obviously a lot of them coming in from California, and they're staying 5-6 months before they purchase a home. So we are still seeing home ownership happening in Reno, and we're happy to be a part of the process.
Okay, so at this point, you're not feeling negative effects from the increase in interest rates?
Well, I think everybody's feeling it on some level, there's no question. We're seeing more people that are coming in, staying shorter periods of time. So they're a little bit more transitory than what we had expected or what is normal. But we're still building. We still see tremendous growth potential. And the market, obviously, for the multi-family complex is really still high.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I love talking about economic development because it's wonderful for everybody. Really. I know there are some people going, no, it's not, but yes, it is. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Robert Cuillard. He is the General Manager and CEO of the Reno Experience District and also has responsibilities for Ranch Hera. So Ranch Hera is this huge ranch. As you mentioned, it's 141 acres, which is huge. It's almost as big as the land for the Grand Sierra, which is 150 acres. So far, how is the housing going there? The clubhouse, which is magnificent, was Hera's house.
Correct.
And for those that may not know, that was Bill Hera who started Hera's Casinos, which is now part of Caesars Entertainment. But it's a fabulous property right in the middle of Reno.
Yeah, we really tried. We purchased the property back in 2016, and one of the things we really wanted to do was really preserve the history of that as a landmark here in Reno. And so we changed the inside, but the outside with its iconic green roof and obviously white building, we really wanted to preserve that and honor the heritage of Reno. We've got about 400 lots in there now. 280 of them are built out. So we're about 3/4 of the way there currently. We've got a couple of future developments that we've got planned there in some other areas, but we've got about 550 families that are members of the club at this point, and it's about 1,500 people. So the village at Ranchera has really done very, very well, and so far Ranchera has been a really good success.
And again, same question as I was asking you about the Reno Experience District. How, if at all, have interest rates affected sales at that property, because it's a higher end?
It is. Yeah,
some people are actually saying that folks who are living at Montreux are now looking to move to Ranchera because it's now the quote in place.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We welcome anybody. We've tried to keep the rates at a modest rate so that many families can afford it and kind of get in there. It's really meant to be a family club, and the club itself has got a pool and pickleball courts and dining, fitness, a spa. The only thing it doesn't have is a golf course, and so a lot of people who don't golf find it a really good getaway for the family. Very family friendly, excellent food, excellent amenities. It's really been a great addition. We have seen a little bit of slowdown in the sales, but we're still selling. So people are still joining the club. However, it's tough for us to say right now, is that the season, because normally they'll slow down in the winter anyway,
right,
or is that economic driven? So we're still waiting to see. We've got a pretty bullish forecast for 2023, and we expect to do some really great things.
Okay, so give us some insight into your bullish forecast.
Well, for the club, we expect still growth. We've had about a 25% growth over the past 3 years. We're expecting a slowdown to that, but still about 20% growth on the club itself. The club has not only resident memberships, but has non-resident memberships. As we see, the non-resident memberships are almost full. The resident memberships, or the homes within the community, we can't build them fast enough. So we're building them as fast as we can. We've partnered with Toll Brothers, who's doing a great job of trying to get them built as fast as they can, and to get people into the community. So we have seen, in some areas, economically, kind of the subcontractors have been a little bit harder to find, and harder to obviously to build multiple homes at a time. So we have seen some evidence of the economic slowdown. The club itself is still doing very, very well.
Okay, so are the bulk of the people moving in coming from California?
They are, yeah, absolutely, and certainly from the Bay Area as well.
Okay, so, well, which is, of course, part of the Bay
Yeah.
Area of California.
Yeah.
And so they're still selling properties at a much higher rate in terms of dollars, and finding bargains even for our high-end properties here.
Yeah, we just had an interview with a local or a national chain who had interviewed somebody who said they just sold a home for $3 million in the Bay Area and came over here and paid cash for 1.2 for a bigger home. And so you certainly can see those deals in a lot of different areas. Ranchera was really meant and focused on the area of people specifically moving over from California who are looking for bigger homes on smaller lots. They didn't want to have a lot of maintenance. And so we had originally thought that would be more of retirees and kind of no kids, but we're seeing families moving in at a pretty large rate. And so although it's still expanding, we just didn't expect it to be as many families as there are.
Okay, so with this $3.5 billion potential investment in Tesla, and then another $2 billion investment in the battery recycling plant, that's $5.5 billion in northern Nevada. Can you accommodate this kind of growth? Because that's not going to mean less people are moving here.
Yeah, we certainly can't do it alone. There's a lot of people that are in partnership with this. Whether it be the EDON group, a board, or the city
we should
itself.
explain that that's the economic development of Western Nevada.
Yeah, the economic development of Western Nevada has been really, really pivotal in steering businesses here and being able to help the city garner those businesses and partner those relationships, but also to figure out how do we house those people. There's a lot of people coming in, 11,000 as you know, that they're forecasting for this just Tesla alone. We're just trying to figure out how do we find places for that? How do we grow and evolve at a rate that's comfortable for the city as well as the citizens, but also that accommodates all of the new growth that's coming in here. So it's going to take a Herculean effort by a lot of people, but we're happy to be a part of it.
Okay, and the overall company that runs all this is Reno Land, correct?
No, Reno Land.
Or are they no longer part of that?
Yeah, they're no longer. They were one of the original partners in this, but it actually, they went out of business, I think, in 2018. And then there was an investment group out of Los Angeles. Reno, or Red Experience District, is now managed by a development group now out of Southern California called Lion Living.
Okay, and are they still prepared to continue putting money into this area?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a number of different projects, not only that are underway, other projects that are in planning, and then other projects that are in the acquisition phase. So we're still very bullish on Reno.
Yes, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, because it's not just these two major projects that are billions of dollars, but it's all the ancillary companies that are going to have to come to support those.
Yeah.
And so where do you see the center? Because for years, Lance Gilman, our good friend of this program, would put out maps that showed TRI as the center of the region and everything else, including Reno Sparks circulating around it. I mean, do you look at Fernley and Fallon and say, boy, these are areas that we could potentially be moving into as well?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
And I think as we talk a little bit more about the development and the evolution of Reno, I think more people are seeing that, you know, Fallon and Fernley are really a part of that now, and they've really grown up exponentially over the last couple of decades. They're not, you know, as some people might think, you know, hick towns out in the middle of nowhere. These are really prosperous communities that are contributing to Reno Sparks area, and we expect them to do much, much more.
You know, it's interesting you say that because, you know, over the years, people have said to me, you know, or Ely or Fernley or these other places, you know, what do those people know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, when satellite and cable TV came in, everybody around the country, no matter where they lived, had the same experience and no knowledge of what was going on. And so it's not a question of are they smarter or less smart than the people living in the big cities. It's just they choose to live in a smaller community.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that, you know, if you get a chance to move to Fernley or Fallon, you're going to have a fantastic lifestyle. And it's just obvious that for those that say, hey, Reno's getting too big or Sparks is getting too big, that these are great places to move to. They just got to figure out water and lands bills.
Yeah, there you go.
just two minor things
Exactly.
there. All right, let's take another break and we'll be right back.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hi, I'm Renee Summerhour, digital news anchor here at 7 at 7. Watch our streaming nonstop newscast immediately with your mobile phone. 7 at 7 is the new way for you to get every bit of local news you need in just 7 minutes. Breaking news, local neighborhood news, weather, and sports are just a click away. Reporters bring you all of what's happening in the Valley. From Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, YouTube, and more. Get every bit of local news you need from the RJ and LVRJ.com.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Robert Cuillard. He is the GM and CEO of the Reno Experience District and Ranchera. I can't let you leave without talking about our mutual friend Par Tolles and his development at Ranchera. Talk about it and where that is going, because it seems to me I've heard whispers that it's going to be even better than it is now.
Toll Development Group has been a fantastic partner. Par and his team are incredibly invested in this community. I have so much respect for them, and they've done such a great job of developing at a rate that I think is comfortable for Reno, and they really do care. They're from the community, they're about the community. The Village at Ranchera is one of those. It really does. It brings some of the best of Reno into Ranchera.
Yeah, describe it.
Yeah, they've done a great job. It's an exterior marketplace. They've got a number of different shops and restaurants, bars in there. They've also got some community events going on there regularly. I mean, it really is a fantastic operation that they've done, and I highly encourage anybody to come over and take a look at it.
Well, the thing that I like the most about it is that a lot of the high-end restaurants that Reno used to have in downtown that, because of redevelopment, have gone away, and a natural process. But Par has elevated the dining concepts over there. They're new, they're modern, they're upscale, and it's just a nice place for business people to go and do some business.
It is, and it's great for the general public to come over and really see this. Ranchera's been off limits to the public for so long, and now we're really opening it up. We want people to come over and experience what Ranchera really is.
And that's where we got to leave it. A pleasure to have you on the program,
Thank
sir.
you so
and
much.
Very nice to meet you.
It.
Please come back.
I will.
All right, and we'll be right back.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
With Nevada's only transplant center and verified burn center, the science is here. With award-winning cardiologist and the state's only dedicated heart failure clinic, the talent is here. With Nevada's most advanced robotic surgery, the technology is here. And with the Silver State's only designated pediatric trauma center, hope is here. All because we are here. UMC.
Truck drivers are some of the hardest working people you'll meet, delivering over 70% of America's freight and 92% of Nevada's. When there's a natural disaster, they're delivering critical supplies to help those communities recover and rebuild. Every sector of the economy and our nation's military rely on truck drivers. So let's take a moment to say thank you. On the open road or city streets, our truck drivers are rolling to make our economy and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
As always, you can watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day at NevadaNewsmakers.com. We'll see you on the next show.